Hello and welcome. Today it's all about different display sets for the new LEGO unboxing area. I need your help as always. Now you have been helping me already because I've got a poll up on the YouTube channel so you can see just here. 31 votes. There's 4 things running at the moment. So you've got Pac-Man, the new Disney camera, the Spiderman artwork and the Captain America shield. We're going to take a look at all 4 of these in much greater detail because 3 of these actually all come out on the same day, I think. So that's what I want to double check as well. And also I want to have a look at the new Pirates display and the oversized giant minifigure because I think that should be the first thing I get for the new display as the backdrop to the unboxing room because I think it would just look quite nice. And obviously the red top with the blue cap and obviously the bottoms that he wears is actually the smaller version of the oversized character that they have outside of the Lego campus in Billund. So we'll start off with the new Disney camera with minifigs. Now click onto the UK website. They don't have it. It's 43230. There are official images everywhere apart from on the UK website for some reason. So this is it. So as you can see, as we go from top to bottom of the box that I've managed to find on here, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Potentially a day one purchase for me because I do really like all the cine film that it comes with. I actually used to work with cine film projectors as well back in the day. So it's quite a cool thing. And the minifigures it comes with are the 2 films I remember watching when I was young, which is actually Dumbo and Bambi. That's all I can really remember. The 2 other Disney characters, Mickey and Minnie, I don't know if they've done those before. I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to the Disney bits and pieces. So I know they have done black and white versions and you've got the Steamboat Willie characters, but I think they might be slightly different. And the one in the middle, I do believe that is supposed to be Walt Disney himself. So there's a lot going on with this set. And I think, again, as a display thing, I think this would work really, really nice and look good behind me as the backdrop. So if you have seen any of the videos, they're going to be directly behind me in a completely different room. Now, moving on to the actual Lego website. So let's get over to this. So the first thing is at the top. So I think, as a mention that isn't on the list, I think this, rather than being maybe in the theme park display, I should just pick this up and have it as just a solid display piece behind me, because if you've not caught the video, this is basically like for like of the ride that they've got in Billund in Denmark at their Legoland park. So I know the Legoland ride is based on the older theming, but it just reminds me of that, and it's just quite nice to have certain sets that remind you of things, because everything that is in here is supposed to be a big theme park. So I've never actually looked for Lego display sets for display purposes. So this is all stuff that I've just basically been trying to avoid. But I think having a half decent backdrop sort of make the videos look a little bit more nice and a little bit more professional-ish, maybe. So I need your help. If there's anything I've obviously missed, let us know in the comments below as we go through, because of what you think would show up nicely on camera, what would work. Do I take the Rivendell set down there? Because obviously we were thinking of doing different bits and pieces. Would that look nice on display behind me as well? There's some 1 or 2 bits and pieces that I've got in here that I could potentially take down, and then it will free up some space up at the top. But we will see as we go. But this is it. So this is now out. This is set number 10320. The last time I had a quick look at this was actually before it got released, and I went through this in much greater detail. But if you don't know what this is, I did actually link the Legoland video to it. Is it having a paddy? Yes, I think it is. So we'll go through it this way instead. So it looks, like I said, exactly the same. But what I do like is that it is a modular thing. So you are able, just down here, look, to take it apart in separate bits. That's why I wanted it in the actual main theme park. Nope, it's not working, so I can zoom in. So I'm going to cheat on this. So we go back through, let's go down. So you can see here, each thing is an individual bit. So I could have it displayed clump, or I could have it displayed how they've got it. Because what I was going to do is actually wrap water all the way around it, get myself a load of these boats that they've got at the bottom, and make it as a theme park ride. But maybe to start with, this could just go as a backdrop, as a display piece, and maybe when we get to that part in the theme park, maybe I add that in. So that is a potential that I could get basically straight away. This is obviously the new Lego Icon set. It's 1899. A good selection of minifigures. He's got 8 of them. You can see he's got all the classic pirates. Item number again is 10320, and you get 1,520 VIP points, and you get 2,500 pieces. So it, I think, looks really, really nice. Priced apart. You figure it out and let us know what if you think is any good. I don't know if they've got them in stock in store, but there's still 5 limit available. So maybe everybody went really, really heavy on the Disney, and then they've just sort of spent all the money like everybody else. So that's why I wanted to do this with you now, because all the sets that we will be having a look at in a couple of minutes' time, I think 3, if not 4 of them, are all coming out on the 1st of next month. So it's going to be absolute chaos and carnage for the 1st of September, I think that's going to be, which is scary. So let's just get to the homepage, shall we? Shop. Let's go for new. That's always helpful and handy. So I just hope that this hasn't packed in, because it doesn't seem. I'll just type that in. Is it going to do anything? Let's have a look. Let's not panic. Are we still online? No, we're not. Right, I'm back at it. For some reason, I got disconnected from the internet, but it's all good again now. So you can see up at the top, icons get it first. You got early VIP access, so it is out now, though. It's obviously available, as you can see. So I'm not actually signed into the VIP, but that was there. Now, this thing, just for the sake of clicking on it, is now the biggest Lego Technic set, I do believe, in size that they've made. You can pre-order it now. It's $579.99. It's 2,883 pieces. That is another option that I could do for display. I could just put the Lego Technic sets down there, because I have got a massive soft spot for all of the larger scale cars. Now, I do have the Bugatti. I have got the white Porsche as well. So they have got currently the red Ferrari. You then could get the Lamborghini Cayenne and have all of them on the back. But I don't know if that would work with Lego Technic backdrop and then doing a normal Lego unboxing. But let us know. Let us know if that would work, because it's just something slightly different, and I do enjoy putting those together. Now, here we go. So this wasn't on there before. Wolverine's Claw. So you can now pre-order that. I had a look for this before. What is this? So this is available from the 1st of August. So, yeah, next month. So that is again available from next month. I said September was next month. I'm a month ahead of myself. So it's 596 pieces. You get 520 VIP points. Item number 76250. Do I have a unit of this kind of thing, where you've got all of the different helmets and heads and all that kind of thing, and merge like a Marvel DC bit on a shelf and just have them all side by side? This is the first, obviously not realizing it was on the website. $64.99 for 596 pieces. I don't know. I don't know if some people are going to absolutely hate this. Some people are going to love it, because they don't realise that it is actually supposed to be that claw for that. Does it look like it's supposed to look? I don't know. But that wasn't on my list, so I'm not going to spend too much time looking at it. But if you are a fan of that, let us know in the comments, and I will do another video on a lot of the newer stock, I think, because I don't want this video to be hours and hours and getting really carried away, because I want to just look at some of the display sets, not some stuff that I want in here. Now, on that list was this. So the Pac-Man's Arcade. Now, this is the most expensive on the list. So that's what you've got to take into consideration, because I either go for something expensive like this and just have one thing for a while and then add the smaller bits to it. So we'll go through all of the newer stuff now, and then we'll finish on the one that will be coming back with me first, which I think is the cheapest. So I like this, and I like the mini version of it as well. So I could have the mini version of it up in the actual theme park area and just have the bigger bit on display. Now, I saw this built up a couple of times, and I obviously remember playing it. I think a lot of people would have played this way back when. It does look nice and smart. I would have liked, actually, if they had the actual thing it stood on, but that's just been really, really greedy. But I do believe it will work, so I think you can move all those little bits and pieces around in there. Let's make this a little bit larger. So yeah, you can see it's got the handle just on the side. That looks like it might just potentially be a big sticker on the side of it, but you can imagine what that looked like lit up if you wanted to. I think it looks nice. I think it's one of those that has the option of working as a display piece, and then it sits in the back. So the back opens up and your little minifigure and everything sits in the back of it. That's a smart little thing. So it's a build within a build. That's a cool thing. So there we go. So that is that. So you have your hidden minifigure. She does look really cool, and obviously she's got a really nice Pac-Man jacket on. There you go. She's got a Pac-Man jacket and a little Pac-Man t-shirt. So this is the most time I've spent looking at this, and I had no idea that sat in the back just like that. But there we go. I think that might be a good bit of fun to build. I think it might be a bit tricky as well, so I think it might take some time to do. That I do like, because I like the fact that you've got the ghosts and the nons, and then you can obviously see all of the different colours there at the bottom. And then you've got the different high score and the 1-up. There will be some Easter eggs on this, which I would not have caught. But because it is, again, the range that's under the new icons range, but it used to be Creator, they seem to be really smashing them out at the moment. Some really, really nice sets. But let's go back over this. So 229 9. Only comes with the one minifigure. Height 13 inches, width 10, depth 7 inches. It is 1,840 VIP points, 2,651 pieces, 18 plus. So that I like. I do like that. I think it's going to happen at some point. It's just when. And if you guys and girls like it, I think it would be quite cool to just get. It's something different. I didn't get the Nintendo one, so I don't know what that's like with regards to the build on the inside with the screen working and things. Obviously, there's an option. I'll come back to that because I'm going to get sidetracked and carried away. No, they haven't got them on there. So we want the next thing on the list is the Spider-Man spell art, isn't it? Are you going to pop up? Yes. So there's the option for this. So again, checking by the dates. 1st of August, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, next month. So it's 1699. I know somebody that is going to tell me I need to get this potentially day one because he is a huge Spider-Man collector. Any guesses? Jay's Toy Collection UK. I'll link him in the bio. He's got a unbelievable Spider-Man collection in 6-inch, and he has just got, I do believe, it was the Mayfex Spider-Man. He had a really, really nice, vibrant T-shirt on. So I'll show you some of that now. I'll replace my face and add him in at the bottom magically. So you can see him doing his fancy bits and pieces. If you want to see more of him, get over to his channel, obviously after you've finished watching this. But does this work? Do we like this? How many pieces is there? It's 2,099. So that is a hidden Spider-Man reference already. I've been told that. So this is item number 31209. There's 1,360 VIP points. It's 2,099 pieces for a reason. And I do believe there has a lot of hidden bits and pieces within it. So for example, there's a certain amount of spiders. That is a reference to something. And I do quite like thinking what the instruction manual and things would look like. I haven't yet built an art set, but I think this might look really nice next to potentially and hopefully the new Gotham set that is supposed to be coming out either at some point this year or maybe next year. But I have read that that's supposed to be coming with minifigures, whereas this doesn't look like it comes with one. Which I know it's an art piece, but it would have been quite nice if they just had one or whatever. But you know, it is what it is. If they're going to be introducing minifigures to the art range at some point, then obviously that'd be a nice touch. Now the internet is working properly. I can actually click on these and make these larger, can't I? So, what do you think? Do you like it? Don't you? I think this is Marmite for people because it's a 3D thing. I think some people are going to go, yes, I think it looks absolutely fantastic, and other people are going to go, no, that looks dreadful. I like it. It's different. I like different things to a point. But yeah, I do like that, and I think this would look quite smart. And again, maybe don't forget what it's for. If you could have some other pictures beside it, yeah, because it's not the dots, is it? It's their art range, so it's under a slightly different thing. That's what it looks like on the wall. I think that would look quite nice with it behind me on the camera, or just pinned up on the shelf. But again, this comes out on the 1st of next month, along with all the other bits and pieces that are in. So the next thing that also comes out on the 1st of August is that Disney thing that we just had a look at. And the other one we want to have a look at is Captain America's shield. Now, there it is. Good. I'm glad that's there because I was about to have a heart attack and right, so there we go. So this is 1799, again, 1st of August. There's a lot coming out in the 1st of next month. So like I said, I will do a full what's coming on the 1st of next month video for you guys and girls. But this is 3,128 pieces, 1,440 VIP points, item number 76262. Again, as a display piece, does this work? I do believe this is life size as well. So price to brick ratio, I think this is very, very good because it's 3,128 pieces. Does this look nice? See, that's something I do like because I like the fact it's got the stand and it's got the minifigure underneath. And that's the kind of thing that I would quite like to do with all the display pieces is have the minifigure there. So, for example, if I use a Disney castle down in the new unboxing area, I'd have all of the CMF figures around it and in it just so they're all together. This does lead on to the question of if I pick this up, do I need to backtrack Thor's hammer and have them side by side in it? Because I think Thor's hammer now with this would look very, very nice. And obviously it's got the different minifigures there. And Thor's hammer is a good price point, I do believe. So that is all of the bits and pieces covered, apart from the one that I said I'll probably end up getting first. So if we now go into Thor... God, Be a long day. Doors, hammer, because you would imagine that that'll be going and being replaced for this. So this, I think, is a good price point. Again, I think it's life size, so it's got a good handle on it. I do like the stand that it comes on with. I know a lot of people think the build itself is probably very, very boring, but from a display point of view, I haven't seen many people have them. There might be a reason for that, but what I would like is the blue. Now, if somehow if I can do all of this blue stuff around it and make it look a little bit more pretty, I guess if that's the correct word, that would be nice. But this is 104. Go away. 104. It is 845p points. It's 979 pieces. Item number 76209. So there is an option. Remember, these are all options. I need you to basically write yes, no as we go. I might try and pick up maybe 2 or 3 sets, so I've got them going across my back as the display to start with, and then just slowly over a long period of time add, because like I said, the room that I'm in needs some TLC, so we might not be able to do some work in here for a while. So that's why I'm now focusing on these a little bit more. Now, the new other potential, why hasn't it got it there? The other potential as a display piece. Now, the end game final battle won't go in there, obviously, but again, it comes out in the first, because I think this would work well as in a theme park area and theme park display. But sticking with the Spider-Man, I pinch a nerve in my elbow, in case anybody's wondering why I can't type. I can't actually feel 3 of my fingers, which is all a little bit weird. So, yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, but I can sort that out. So 94.99 again, 1st of August. This. So rather than having this in our Marvel DC theme park area, I could just have this as a standalone display piece, because this reminds me of a cracking time to actually want to see this at the cinema. And this was the first film I'd seen in like a decade, and I haven't seen one since at the cinema either. And I think it's quite cool. So if I can, again, make this display from memories as well, which I think is important to a lot of people for stuff. So all the stuff I'm picking, I do have a connection to. I'm not just randomly doing it for the sake of YouTube. But again, comes with a very good selection of minifigures. You can see them hopefully for yourself. But Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, MJ, Ned, Green Goblin, Electro, and Doc Ock. And I do like the look of Electro. He looks fantastic, I think, up there. And he's got a really cool face print on. So, it is the correct colour, because that is the colour that it is before it changes green, and obviously it's all been cleaned and redone. That's why it's got the scaffolding around it. So it was under refurb, I do believe. So that is actually how it's supposed to look like, not the green that we see it. So if it is, like I said in another video, the same size as the Apocalypseburg from the Lego Movie 2, it should be a half decent sized display. Fingers crossed, but I'm going to get it, but it just depends if it comes in on that display piece. But again, $94.99, and it's another one that is on the 1st of August. 1st of August for some people is going to be a very, very expensive month. Right, let's moving on down. Let's go back to this. Now, I don't think I've spelt a single thing correctly so far. There we go. Now, options. The options that I have is you've obviously got the new Batwing and the car. And the Batwing in the car will just go in the theme park. That just makes sense. I've got a big Marvel DC display area behind me, which I think I am going to expand by at least a table as well. So keep your eyes peeled for those updates in a couple of months' time. But there's this. Now, I know it's one of those. If I got it, could you see it? I want this because I love the film, and I was hoping that it was going to be something completely different, or it is what it is, but it just had a click-off removable front, and it didn't open up like a big bookcase. So if it just popped off, I could have just kept the front off, and I would have put it underneath the Joker Manor that I got in my theme park area, but I can't. So because I can't do that, I've not paid that amount of attention to it until I went to the London stores and I saw it in London. Now, even in the display cabinets at London, it was difficult to see with the lighting. So that is going to be the problem. Do I customize it and try and put where you've got, not that you want to spend all of that money, but where you've got all these individual bricks here, do I try and do something in yellow so it stands out a little bit more, or should it just stay as is? Obviously, I'd rather wait until it dropped into a sale, because I've got a funny feeling of a lot of the things, this might go into one of the Lego sales that they've done. But would this look nice as a display piece? And the biggest thing is, will the camera pick it up? Because I want it for myself anyway, but I don't want to waste the space for another set that I obviously got an attachment to, or I can't use it in here. Worst case, I get it in a sale and it goes underneath one of the tables that I've got, and we make a fancy display underneath the table, and I just don't have the front attached to it. But that is that. And I do like the minifigures it comes with. I really do like the original films. I think this actually, hopefully, I think this is the better car, I think. Because I don't, unless this is the one that fires, because it's got an attachment on the other side. So let's just quickly compare this to the other car, because a lot of people like the X-Wing, but I can't remember which car it is, because there's a reason why they've got the photos that angle. Because if you notice, every single photo is on what we would have as the passenger side. Because the box is the same way. That's the same way. Now, are they going to give us a full 360? Can I pause it in the right place? Right, yeah, so this is what I do believe is annoying quite a lot of people. Is annoying people, even though it's not 8, but I think it works well as a play feature, is you've got this twist here. Now you twist that round, it's a Lego Technic piece, and the missiles fly out the front. But I've not seen the car from the back box, shadow box, the thing, the back thing, we'll call it the back thing, if it's the same car and it shoots. So if you can let me know, then obviously let me know, but I wouldn't take it out anyway. But that, I think, is the reason why they've got the photo like this on every single one. And obviously it's a cool Joker it comes with, nice Batman. And again, the back of the box is just that way. But they have, in all fairness, they have shown you. So you've got the gun feature on the twist, and it looks like the back does something as well. I don't know what the back's done, because I've not seen anybody review it with that bit. I've only seen it from the front. So even though it's not out until the 1st, obviously some people have already got hold of it. But that is the day and age that we are in. And it looks nice on the shelf, but I wouldn't have that as a display piece, but I would have it up here. So you start to work that out with regards to price. If you took 42 quid off and you took the 31 quid off, and then you use your VIP points and whatever else like that, you're already well into the mid 200s, aren't you? So that's the thing. You wouldn't really have all 3 of them on display, but I might end up having to get them at some point. But getting sidetracked, that is what I wanted it to go underneath. That's why I thought, yes, make one. And yeah, so you can kind of see the idea that I had, and it's not worked too well. So what other new things quickly are going to be coming out? Because like I said, I've not looked at this website properly for display pieces. So as we go down, front number 1, yes, would work. Captain Shield, maybe. It just seems to be a lot of money for me. But then obviously you're paying for an X-Men license. I just hope that they do well, so they do make the X-Men Mansion, because I'd love it if they did that. But at the moment, we've got a Wolverine, and then we've got this Wolverine, which is from X-Men 97, and I have actually got the little mech that the Wolverine came in, so I'm happy that I've got that, because I've got that minifigure. Any of the display pieces that are down here, am I just on the Marvel stuff? Oh, I've typed in Spiderman. Right, hang on. Let's sort this issue out. I'm not going to waste your time for too long. So let's go newest. And we're only going to click on the ones that would work as a display piece. I want the plane for travel, because I do a lot of travelling. So if you didn't know this is a thing, this I am getting. Again, though, it's on the 1st of September. I hope it'll probably end up, I'll wait until it goes to Smith's and it goes into a sale. But just because of the travelling I do and everything else, I think it will just be nice. But I think I might actually end up having it up in the in my room, maybe. Do like how all the people sit in it. I think it'd be quite a cool little build. It might be a half decent size as well. It's got all the catering. It's got the tug at the front. It just looks smart. So I think maybe, yeah, there's a very good possibility for that one. But I don't really think that's going to make a perfect display piece. But then at the same time, I think it does look quite nice. Right, coming down, I have got that giveaway. So do I have that on display? Spider-Man Final Battle as a display possibility. The Endgame, no. The Amazing Spider-Man, yes. So again, you got all of these bigger cars. Do I just start a new collection? Just have the cars on display because I do like those kind of things. Now I have got the Colosseum, not to gloat, but that is hidden underneath. I'm looking at it right now. That is going on the display down there. I got that because I remember growing up watching that with some friends back in the day, and it was I think it was a film that got me through my exams. I think that was a weird thing for strengthening on it, but there we go. So Sonic the Hedgehog stuff is a pass for me at the moment. The reason why I'm skipping all of this is because we've clicked on all of this in other videos. I don't want to go back through it now. The Hocus Pocus, obviously, it is massive Disney season. God, I can't believe that crane is... The reason why the crane is so expensive, by the way, is because apparently there is loads and loads of brand new pieces that they've had to specifically do for this thing. So even though the price to part ratio isn't as great as what it would be from a normal Lego Technic set, don't forget they are paying a license for that company down at the bottom. So yeah, you're gonna have to take that price with a pinch of salt. Now the cottage, that is the other thing, because I for some reason thought that the pirate was like 175 and didn't realize it was 189. So you've got 2,509 pieces for that, and you've got 2,316 pieces for the Hocus Pocus. And this is what this looks like. Now, for me, it's a great display piece, but it would work perfectly in my haunted section of the theme park. So I don't really think it needs to go in there. And because I've got no attachment to it whatsoever, there's no rush. But I think it looks really, really smart. You've got all these bits and pieces on the side. You've got all these nice water wheels. And going in on the release date for the Disney Castle, I didn't realize this got released on the same day, and this was selling so fast. So many people were picking this up. The detail on this looks brilliant, and because obviously this door flops open like it does on the old fishing store, you just know that the detail on the inside is going to be absolutely brilliant. So you can see it opens up on the side there, and the roof pops up, which I think is a much better way of doing it than maybe the A-frame. So I think it just looks nice. It's one of those sets that just looks nice. But is it a display piece to start with? And then I don't think we need the Disney Castle and the Hocus Pocus. I want little bits of everything on there. The other idea that I did have for display pieces was literally having all the bits and pieces that remind me of all the different Legoland parks and other things like that. So that then leads me to the big castle, which is this thing, because they have this at all of the Legoland parks. So there's this thing here, the Lion's Night Castle. Does this work just as a display piece? 22 minifigures, it's 4,500 pieces, item number 10305. I think it looks brilliant. It's obviously under the icons range again. It's for the 90 years of play, and it's stupid that I haven't got it, because every single Legoland park around the world has this theming with the Dragon roller coaster. But the reason why I haven't picked it up is because we weren't going to set up a display area for this kind of theming. But do I have this with the old pirate bit? Because obviously it's all bits and pieces that are Legoland related, and it all links in to basically the travel bits and pieces. Disney, the reason why I picked that up, because I went there, been to see it in Florida, and there's all those other little bits and pieces. So there are, like I said, method to the madness. But I do like this. Lots and lots of minifigures. The reason why, again, another reason why I've not picked this up yet is because the Loop roller coaster is there or thereabouts the same price, and I wanted to get that first up in here. But again, things have been put on hold up in here, so there's an option. It's massive. It would look nice. I think it looks great. And again, as a nice display piece, I think it would work, and it just gives you that sort of different different dynamic. And again, this is out at the moment as well. Completely different, obviously, to the Star Wars, the Spider-Man stuff. But that's the thing that you got to take into consideration. All the stuff that's coming out on the 1st of September. Very much, May, June, July, 1st of August. I don't know why I keep saying something there. On the 1st of August, I think those 3 sets are this price. So that's what you got to think of. Is like, do you that way you can just buy one set every couple of weeks or every couple of months, or you save up for a while and then you get one big display thing. But like I said, I have picked this one up and it looks absolutely stunning. So this is a beautiful thing. I actually have seen it this colour at Florida as well, which is really, really nice. And I have got great memories of going over to the park in 2019 and seeing it with the scaffolding around it as they were in the process of refurbing it. And the video that I linked, well, the video that I did within the Disney unboxing video, you see some footage of me at the theme park, and they do as an opening day, as the day opens, the daylight fireworks. So you see the fireworks go off first thing in the morning, and it just opens up everything, and the staff take all the barriers away, and job is a good one. So that is going to go somewhere with the little Disney train wrapped around it, and it's going to have its own area for basically Legoland, the Disneyland Florida. So again, that might be the better way to approach it. The more I sort of saying this out loud, the more it kind of makes sense. But for that price, it's very, very pricey. But I know some people that have got it and they think it looks absolutely fantastic. The villain's icon set, I haven't got anywhere to put that. And they're all the other bits. Now let's skip back to page 3, and then I'll start to wrap it up. I'm sure I've gone over everything that was in the poll. Yeah, I have. So the Jurassic Park stuff, that's the one. God, how did you forget that? So this is the thing that I am going to get, and this should be, and I think will be, the first thing that goes on the shelf, or the first new edition. The Colosseum's going to go down there anyway, because I've got it down here. But this will be the first thing I buy, because it's just brilliant, basically. And if you haven't seen any of the videos, you need to. I think a lot of people just bought it because it looks cool, and it does. And if I go to Lego House, I can get the exact same thing in a Pirate, so they are upscaled display pieces. Again, I think that looks very, very smart. But it's 654 pieces. I think it's a good price point as well, and you get 360 VIP points. Item number is 40649. And I like the fact that you would just have the hat open and I just have the minifigure in there, and it all twists around. So I think it's simple and it works, and it would look nice on the shelf. That is exactly what it's for, and it looked quite large. So that might be a trip this weekend or next, just to pick this up, to get this built and unboxed before the other stuff comes out, and then I can test the actual shelves in case they fall off and break. At least it's only 654 pieces rather than the Colosseum smashing. And then I go tan blind again. So have they? Or they've done it as recommended, not newest. So let's script to. Why can't I change the page? They've changed the way they're doing it now. We don't want that. I just want to go to page 3, 4. We've seen all this. There's got to be maybe one more set that might pop up, but if there's not, it doesn't matter. So again, you've got the Peter Pan and the flight over London. You've got the icons of play. Right, we were here, weren't we? So let's see what is on this one next, if anything. And then I am starting to get very, very hot, and this laptop is getting toasty, so I can then turn this off. Ninjago City Market will be got at some point, but not for this purpose. That is your Jurassic Park. Anything that's going to be problems? I don't know what to type in, so I don't know what is going to pop up. So the Street Skate Park, that would work well in the theme park display. Monkey Kid, we've already got an idea for. So I think, to be honest, that's about it, unless I have a quick look at the arts. This could be a bad idea, because if we try and get something that might match up with the other one. So I've got no interest in the Starry Night set whatsoever. The Amazing Spider-Man, obviously, we've seen. So the other thing is, do I have a Jim Lee beside the Amazing Spider-Man? Or do I wait and just until they've got the Gotham skyline and then have the minifigures with that? I think that might be a better way of doing it. Because you can get 3 of these and have a huge thing on display, or you have each individual one. But the large one looks fantastic because it's that. So one of two ultimate pieces. Okay, so you can have this one, or you can have the big tall version. I do believe this is Hush. So it's a very, very nice looking thing, but I've never done this, so I don't know how tedious it will be. But it does give you the option for that amount of money to do 3 different things. So it's technically a 3-in-1. It does look very, very smart. But again, as options, do I just go down all arts? So I have the Amazing Spider-Man, then you've got that one. They obviously did do Iron Man, which I missed out on. The Rolling Stones is still available. No, I haven't got any attachment to the Rolling Stones, but again, there is that. They've also got these little postcard things here. So you didn't even know these were a thing. These have been out and about for a while. You can pick these up from a lot of the airports and the Legoland parks. So if you've not seen them in your local store, they have them all from different places around the world. So you can see they've got other little bits and pieces on the back that they are linked to as well. But I have seen the one from London, and I think I saw that at Stansted Airport. So they are a thing. You've got the Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse. No, that's it. So I am now dragging this out longer than what it needs to be. So comments below, let us know what you think. Let us know if there is anything that I've missed. Because like I said, I've gone into this completely blind. I want to do a little bit of research with you. And obviously now it's got ridiculously hot. It's got to be at least 35 UK temp in here, minimum. So I would imagine I've got some sweat patches coming through, which is always a good look. But again, it is what it is. So comments below, let us know what you think. Obviously, the one that I will be getting is the oversized figure. That's just going to be a given. That's always nice. Do I then go for a pirate as its own Legoland? The Disney castle from obviously Florida, and then do I look at some point getting the other castle from Legoland and then looking into maybe some of the other display pieces? Or do we go very, very heavy Marvel DC like we've already had a look at? What do we do with the Pac-Man set? Do we just mix and match it up? Because what I am getting is I'm going to get different staggered shelves, so I can just keep moving them around. So the actual cabinet or the display piece that I'm doing, we're not going to be limited to the size of the set. So if, for example, a tall set comes out, we want to put that there, I can then just move one of the shelves and it can just sit in there and job's good. And so that'll keep it nice and simple. It's going to be a bit of a custom job, so keep your eyes peeled for that video. But again, it is what it is. But let us know in the comments below what will work, what won't work, and obviously what works for you as well, because I'm always interested in knowing what you guys and girls collect and how you display your bits and pieces and everything like that. But guys, as always, if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-da.